What's up, guys? It's Breyer Gal with my friend Liz.
Hi.
And today we have a very exciting video for you. We are going to do part 2 of reviewing Breyerfest model horses. But before we get to that, we have a special announcement to make.
We are going to Breyerfest!
Yes!
Woo!
I know. Both of us in person are going to Breyerfest this year, and we're competing in the live model horse show.
Yep.
So pray for us because
it's my first time.
Yes, it's her first Breyerfest and my third Breyerfest. So we're gonna be making tons of content, tons of videos, vlogs, how-to tutorials. So if there's anything like Breyerfest prep related or just Breyerfest in general you want to see,
let us know.
Yes, we would definitely love to make that.
Yep, leave them in the comments. But yeah, I have very low expectations. I don't think I'm gonna place at all. I'm more going for like the experience, and I'm entering for the experience just so I can be like, I was in Breyerfest. But I have like no expectations.
Oh, she's gonna do great. She's gonna slay. So yeah, stay tuned for those videos and let's get to it.
All right, so the first one that we're checking out is Oops, I Did It Again, and he appears to be in the Goffert mold, which is a really pretty mold. I like him. I think he's pretty. He's got some nice dappling. I kind of really like how he's like, he almost looks like burnt on the edges. Like, I don't know, or like around his muscles. Like he's got like the definition to him, and I really like that. So I would get him. I think he's really pretty.
Yeah, he's really nice. He's the Breyerfest Open Model Horse Show overall grand champion. So if you win like a section of Breyerfest at the Breyerfest show, then you'll get him, which is pretty cool. So in other words, me and Liz are not winning this horse.
Probably not.
But I do think he's...
A girl can dream.
Yeah. I do think he's really nice. He's got really pretty shading, like Liz was saying, and he even has like dapples, and I like the contrast of like
the light to dark.
Yeah, like the white hair and like the kind of like toasted almond color. He's really pretty.
Yeah, his hair even has shading too in it, which is really nice.
Yeah, he's definitely living to the hype. Okay, so next up we have Gimme More, and he is the overall Breyerfest Reserve Champ prize. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of giving to me like Tractor Supply special horse instead of like, hey, this is like 12 of a kind special horse. I feel like just like the plain black and white is kind of like basic. I don't know, like I feel like compared to the other one, it's just not as like interesting. What do you think?
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree. I feel like the most interesting part about this mold is maybe the pink nose at the very end, and then the striping on the one hoof. I do like that, but otherwise, as someone who does have some of the earthreal horses, this one is just, I don't know. I want to compare him to them, and he's just not as exciting as like fire or water or, you know, I don't know. All right, so next we have Athenian lady that we're looking at, and it's the glossy version, and she is going to be like for the people who win the diorama contest, so like the top of the top winners. Yes. So there's probably only like 20 of her.
Yeah, something pretty limited for sure.
She is beautiful. I really love her. I feel like the gloss has to look so stunning on like with the colors and the shading that they've done on her. And like I don't know. I just love that patch under her belly. Like I just feel like there was a lot thought into this mold, and I really like it. I love the shading on the legs and everything. I think she's beautiful. I mean, I'm not gonna win her, but I would love to.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I already liked the Celebration horse this year, but in gloss, I feel like it makes her details stand out so much more. Like Liz was saying, like the shading is just so nice. Like honestly, this might convince me to like enter the diorama contest, especially since it's like virtual this year, so you don't actually have to like bring stuff. Because she's really pretty. Like
she's stunning.
I would totally, I kind of wish that all the Celebration horses were glossy, but unfortunately that is not a thing. Okay, so this year we're going all the way, and we're reviewing every single limited edition that Breyer has to offer, including this cursed plushie that they created, Percy. Why does he have an eyebrow? That's all I want to know. And why does he look like that? And you know that they're going to charge like $20 to $30 for this thing. He looks kind of, like, if it was like $5, then like maybe.
But how much is he?
He's like $20 to $30.
Oh, no.
Like, I guarantee you. Yeah, okay. And like in the past, the one that they did for like the German theme had like little like overalls and like a hat and stuff, but this one is literally just like
Just a horse.
yeah, well, he's supposed to be like an endangered, or not an endangered, like a primitive horse or something, but I don't know, he's giving dollar store. What do you think?
He's giving Spirit's weird uncle.
He is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you like can get it as a prize, because I don't know if I'd buy it, but if you like got it as a prize, I'd probably give it to my son. I don't even know if I really want it. But I mean, it's a fun stuffed animal for the kids that are going, I guess. All right, so now we are looking at Better Than Revenge. And is it a classic, do you think? Or
It's a traditional. It's just like a small traditional.
interesting.
Kind of like Nicholas.
So kind of more of like a pony skin,
Yeah, it's
probably.
a pony. Mm-hmm.
And this one is, they've painted it to be like a zebra, but it's like multicolor.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as, like, I would consider this one a decorator. As far as decorators go, I do like it better than some.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I'm not a huge collector of decorators, so, like, if you are, take my opinion with a great of salt. But I do like it more than most decorators, I will say. Is it one I'm going to add to my collection? Probably not. I do like it better than the Bejeweled stablemates that we talked about in part 1. So, yeah. I don't know. This one's kind of a meh for me.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I feel like some of the colors are interesting. Like, I really like the way that on the stripes it, like, fades, like, to different, like, ombres of, like, purple or blue or, like, to the red. That's pretty cool. I like the tail, the different colors. I just feel like the green base itself is kind of weird. Like, you have all these, like, cool colors, and it's just kind of, like, mixed with this, like, kind of, like, puke green. And so I feel like I'd like it better if it was a white base. But the mold is really pretty. Like, it's this, it's like, what is it? The Astrid mold, which is really nice. Mm-hmm. I just don't like something about the finish is kind of giving, like, those, like, cheap Walmart Breyers, like, where they have, like, the classic unicorns, you know?
This, like, if you have a little girl, get her this Breyer. She would love it.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, it's a nice horse, but I don't know if I would spend, like, the amount of money that it's gonna cost.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're moving on to the online exclusive stablemate this year, and his name is Wild Things. I think he's on the Cantering Morgan Stallion mold, and he's like this glossy chestnut. He's really pretty. I like his color a lot. I don't know if I would get him just because, like, this mold in particular is just not one that I collect. I'm not really a big stablemates collector anyway, but in terms of, like, the kind of, like, glossy sheen and the contrast, he reminds me a lot of the color combo of that overall open show prize that we saw earlier. But I don't know, I'm curious to see what your thoughts are, Liz.
He's cute, honestly. Like, he's a cute little guy. He's kind of giving, like, Chad from high school.
Like, with the hair.
With the hair that swooshes.
Yes.
Like, he's cute. I don't really collect stablemates a whole bunch, but, you know, if I saw him for a good price, maybe.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so I am taking a look here at the Best of Breyerfest set, and these are all stablemates. So we have Bulletproof, Dance the Night, Flowers, New Rules, and Wannabe. And honestly, like, I feel like this is a pretty good set to get. Like, I feel like there's not really, I mean, I guess maybe, is that Flowers? Yeah. Maybe Flowers is, like, kind of a little, like, plain, but honestly, like, I would be just fine with getting that stablemate. I feel like they're all, like, kind of fun and fun colors, fun patterns. They're all really pretty. I wouldn't be upset to get any of these, or, like, you know, I wouldn't be upset to add any of this to my collection. I think they're really pretty.
Yeah, I usually don't get the Best of Breyerfest set. This set, though, is pretty cute if you like to collect stablemates especially. I don't know, I really like Dance the Night because I feel like he looks the most like the big version that he's supposed to be, which is Kick Up Your Heels. He's a 2014 raffle model. And I just feel like it's cool to see Breyer actually do, like, little details on stablemates that they don't usually do. Like, usually they just kind of, like, quickly airbrush them kind of thing. So I like that extra, like, level of attention. Kind of like Liz was saying, I feel like Flowers is kind of underwhelming. It's just, like, a basic bay.
Yeah. I really like New Rules. I think the little patch there is so cute.
Yeah.
Especially on a stablemate.
I do like New Rules. I wish that they had given him a mane, though, like a looser mane that looks more like the original. That's true. But other than that, I feel like it's pretty close. And honestly, like, the only one out of this, like, set that I don't really like is Wannabe, just because like I feel like this stablemate mold is just really like has like the feet are really just like thin and not really well sculpted, and it just, if you look at it compared to the original model, it just doesn't have that same level of detail in my opinion. But I don't know, if you were into stablemates, I think that this could definitely be a good addition.
This would be a good set to get, yeah.
Okay, so going to talk about Fortitude. He is the crystal horse for this year's Breyerfest. I think these scale-wise are like a little bit larger than his stablemate. I think he's cute. He's a cool rearing stallion or fighting stallion mold. My boyfriend is really obsessed with these, and he's always been wanting me to get one, so I may or may not get this, but I don't know. I don't really have like any strong feelings about it because, I don't know, it's just kind of like, I'm not really into the crystals as much. What about you?
Honestly, I didn't know the crystals existed. Until like last year. I think he was showing me the one that he had gotten, and that's when I found out about them. So I mean, I think they're cool, but they're not something that I necessarily am gonna collect, but they're always fun to see.
Yeah.
All right, so we're looking at I Will Survive, and it's based off of a Quagga?
Quagga, I think. The Quagga project.
It kind of looks like a zebra with faded stripes.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool. I actually really enjoy when Breyer puts out exotic type horses and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so, like, even though he is kind of different looking, I actually really enjoy him. I like the coloring. He just kind of fades into a lighter tan kind of color, and it's just really cool to see.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Breyer definitely doesn't use, I think this is like the running zebra mold or something. It looks really cool. I like how he has like the stripes on one side, and then it like fades to just kind of like Liz was saying, like this kind of ombre sort of color. I will say that the actual like horse doesn't, or equine I guess, doesn't really match that much with like the reference picture they have. I don't know if the horse is based off of like because I know this is like an extinct species or something that like they reintroduced, so maybe it's supposed to represent the original, whereas the picture is like the modern one. We're looking it out. The jury's out. But yeah, I think this one's super interesting. It's one that if I have an opportunity to pick it up, I probably will. It probably won't be like my top priority one, but I could see myself getting this.
Yeah, for sure.
So moving on to Just Like Fire. He is the Decorator Classic this year. And I do feel like this mold works really well for like the fire aesthetic. But the one thing I just can't get over is just the coloring in this looks really weird to me. It's like, instead of like this bright flame color, they went with kind of like this mustard yellow orange kind of color, which I feel like doesn't really like.
He's a goldfish.
Yeah, he looks like a spicy Cheeto or something. I don't know. Something about it is again giving like discount Walmart horse instead of like expensive Breyerfest horse. What do you think, Liz?
I honestly I hate his mane and tail. I'm so sorry. I hate the mane and tail. I feel like they're just so awkward and weird and just like out there. Yes, they do like give the fire, and especially the tail gives like fire and stuff like that. But like, which I mean, if they were going for that, like perfect, like you nailed it. But I just personally am not a fan of the mane and tail. Mm-hmm. It just looks so awkward to me. And he just looks like someone took a hot sauce bottle and like shook it on.
Oh my gosh, he
Breyer.
really does.
Like, which again goes perfect. Like the name suits it so well. But I am not a fan of this decorator.
Yeah, I don't think I would be getting this one anytime soon.
So now we're checking out the special run, Fighter and Survivor, and they're so cute. I love them. The mare is this like deep like bay, but then she has like this undertone like light brown coming from underneath her and stuff, and she's just so beautiful. She's got this long wispy hair, and then the foal is just so tiny and cute. I love them. I would definitely get this set.
Yeah, dude. I'm obsessed. These like, okay, every year, Breyer, like, sorry, I can't even talk. Like, I'm just so excited. Every year, Breyerfest has, like, one special run where I'm like, okay, that is, like, the absolute, I have to have them. Like, these guys are coming home with me. I don't care if I have to, like, go beat up a grandma in the Clarion. Like, that was Wells for me last year. This year, it is Fighter and Survivor. The mare is, like Liz said, this gorgeous, like, seal bay. And she's not just, like, a flat bay like they like to do sometimes. She has, like, this rich, dark shading and then, like, undertones. Mm-hmm. And she's got, like, this... It looks like to be in the pictures some, like, beautiful mapping and, like, pink on her nose.
Her feathering fades.
Yeah, she's... these two are a new Breyer mold that just came out with Ryan and Remy, I think are their names. They're the premier club horses. And I've heard that the mare in person is actually really big, so I'm so excited to see that. And the foal, he's like, the way his little tail just kind of like swoops.
I know,
so
it's like he's flicking it.
I love the markings on the foal. I'm definitely in it for the mare though. But yeah, this is for sure at the top of my priority list. I am 100% going to get this set because I'm obsessed with them, and I am so glad that there is a model here that I was obsessed with, because honestly, I feel like overall, a lot of the Breyerfest horses were just not it for me, but this one hit the mark. This is the 11th hour, praise the Lord, I love them.
Yes.
Okay, so moving into some limited editions that Breyer has, we're going to talk about Blue Zeus. He is this kind of blue roan Mustang on the Fireheart mold. I have thoughts. Okay, I like him. I think he's really pretty. Obviously, I love this mold. I conquer this mold. The blue roan coloring looks great. I know he's a portrait model, but I just don't know how to feel about the white socks. Like, the way that they did them, I just feel like it just really clashes with the rest of the horse for some reason for me. Like, I don't know. Again, it's a portrait, but it's just something, I don't know. There's got to be a way that they could do the design to make it look like less stark of a difference. I do like how they incorporated like the little patchy kind of designs that the actual horse has. So I'm kind of like, I could go either way on getting this one. What do you think, Liz?
I am a sucker for a blue roan.
Oh, yeah.
That is my favorite coloring. So, I mean, 100% I would get this one.
Yeah.
The socks actually don't bother me though, I have to say, but I love him. I would get him. He's beautiful.
Well, the good news about this one is he's limited edition, but if they sell out in the Breyer store, you can order him online and you can still get him. So,
yes.
Sweet.
All right, we are looking at Gascon the Great. Oui, oui.
Yes.
Just kidding, it's probably not French. But anyways, he's this beautiful white horse. I believe he's a Spanish breed. I don't know which one, but okay, my favorite part about him being a white horse is that he's not just completely white.
Yes.
You know, like he's got the gray shading at his like his knees and stuff, and like, you know, on his tail and stuff, and then his nose is cute. It like goes to like a dark, like a kind of almost like a black it looks like, and then like he's got a pink little, you know, like end of his stripe. So I think he's cute. I would consider getting him. I wouldn't say he's like at the top of the list, but he's not like a Met. Like, he's kind of in between the Met and the, oh my gosh, I love him.
Yes.
I definitely love that he's like different than just your standard white horse. Like, he's got, you know, at least a little more to him.
Yeah, I would kind of agree with what you said. Usually this particular mold I'm not the biggest fan of, just because it's like, I feel like the neck is really like stocky. But in this color, I feel like I really like the soft gray shading. I do wish that the hair went over to the other side of his neck too, because like he has like one side of his neck that's just like bare, and I feel like, I don't know, even if it's not like super accurate to the horse, I wish that it would be kind of on both sides of him, because it's on the other side. But yeah, I think that there's really a chance you could get a nice copy of this horse, because if you find one with really good shading too. He has a really nice nose marking where it's like pink and it like fades to white, and he has a really like kind face. I feel like, yeah.
I was just gonna mention something. I was like, even though his eyes are like, seems like completely black, like they seem soft.
Yeah, they have like highlights still, so it kind of like,
they seem very gentle.
Yeah, I like him. I don't know, he's a maybe. Okay, so the last special run that we're gonna discuss is the Edge of Glory, and he is this kind of like, I don't know what the word is, freckled gray.
I would say freckled.
Yeah, it's really an interesting kind of color choice on the, I forget what mold this is, but it's like an Arabian stallion mold. I have like mixed thoughts of this horse, because it's interesting. They chose to do this kind of more like vintage color on the horse, but then they added like these dapples, which are very modern. And I feel like it kind of like, from far away it looks good, but it kind of clashes a little, especially with like his sock.
There's a lot going on is what there is.
Yeah, and like I was saying, with his sock, it just, there's not like any mapping there. They just like, sorry, I cannot talk. it looks like they just like spray painted it, you know? And I don't really like that because I feel like it gives like cheap and giving stablemate instead of this is like an expensive run. But that being said, I do like just the gray color in general, and I love the gloss, and I like the overall aesthetic of the horse. But I don't know, some things are just kind of weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I do appreciate that it's not just a solid black or a solid white Arabian. I will say that. So it's nice to have like, you know, something a little different. It does seem very, very busy with the dapples and the freckles. And I feel like those two things also mixed with the very dark shading. Like it's just a lot for me.
Yeah.
I would probably consider getting him, honestly, just because like you can always use a good Arabian in your collection. I guess it depends on how well he shows too, but I don't hate him. His eyes are a little boring to me though, like compared to like the last one we just looked at where what was his name again?
Gascon
the Great. He also had black eyes, and like compared to Gascon and then the Edge of Glory, like they both have solid black eyes, and I just feel like his are just kind of like dead to me. Like they don't have like I don't know. I feel like you can see the life in Gascon, and like they're soft and kind, and his are just. I feel like I'm not getting any emotion.
We need some highlight.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not getting any emotion or anything with that's being portrayed through that. So I don't know. It's just a lot of dark and a lot of busy with the dapples and the freckles. But I don't know. I don't really have a ton of Arabians in my collection, so I would consider getting him.
Cool.
All right, guys, so that's a wrap on the reviews for the Breyerfest special runs. I don't know, what was your favorite overall?
Okay, definitely the Mirror and Full set. I forget their names already. I'm sorry. Oh, no, I know that. It's Fighter and Survivor. The Mirror is gorgeous. The Full is amazing. I'm getting them at the top of my preference list. And definitely, of course, I have to get the Surprise Horrors. Even if it's terrible, I love the thrill.
She loves a good surprise.
Those are my special run favorites. What about you?
I can't remember his name. But he was in part 1, and he was like that rearing paint.
Oh, Fight Song. This is my Fight Song.
I think he might be at the top. And like, you might not like me because I know he's not your favorite, but I kind of am intrigued by the Appaloosa, the glossy Appaloosa.
Oh, Sorry Not Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like it's because like the memories I have with my old Appaloosa mold that I had.
No. He's really interesting.
So yeah, he's definitely like a different horse, but I don't know. I kind of like him.
Yeah, no.
So
for sure.
I am gonna keep my eye out for those two. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I love the Marion Full one too, but yeah, there's some really, really good ones in there. So,
well, yeah, stay tuned and we will see what we actually get. So, bye.
See you guys.